Finally, right? The review for Point of No Return. The first mission for Point of No Return was the Arcana mission. I absolutely loved the fact that the Forgotten are mentioned here. It was a nice callback to Guild Wars 1, though I will admit I wasn't that heavily into the lore when I played Guild Wars 1. Yeah. Anyways, the funniest part, which is probably my highlight for this entire thing, which is kind of sad that it's kind of my highlight, was the random sleeping historian. I cannot tell you how much I related to that historian. It was just like, God, if only I could sleep through my classes. I'm kidding. Of course, I don't actually sleep through my classes. Anyways, moving on. The last two relics that we had to find in order to get to the trials were kind of a pain. The first one was like, I ran around the bookshelf, couldn't figure it out, ran around the staircase, couldn't figure it out. Finally realized, oh, it's on top of the bookshelf. And jumped over to it and picked it up and was like, okay, cool. I have one more relic to get. The last one was even worse. Yeah. Anyways, the absolute worst part for me was the part with Troy Alsa, where we had to go and reclaim his throne and all that stuff. And the only reason why it was the worst part for me was the lighting absolutely killed my eyes. It hurt to look at the screen, and so I kept following him and I kept doing everything, but I was kind of doing it slowly because it was very difficult for me to see. And I know I probably could have changed settings to get it better, but I wasn't certain, and there was really no time to do it with how quickly he kept moving, and all of that fun jazz with it. I really should change the settings for the next time I play it, mess around with that and see. Anyways, that entire part wrecked it for me, especially since I like Troy Alsa, and I probably keep mispronouncing his name. I'm sorry, I've heard it several times, and yeah, I still can't say it. I like him because of the fact that in Guild Wars 1 you could buy a set of books from a historian, and you could go and play his and several other heroes' storylines in order to get really neat weapon skins. And I adored those weapon skins. I had several on my dervish, and I cannot tell you how much I loved those skins. I would play them through and through and through and through and through, just because I loved, one, getting the skins, and two, I just liked the stories. It was so neat to see, and his was one of my favorites. Although I do think my favorite was the companion character you get in Eye of the North's story. I adored hers the most. It was also the easiest to play. Anyways, that's besides the point. Next mission was Pack Assaulted. The highlight of this for me had to have been the fact we've known for quite some time that Bram was Air's son, and yet the reaction of Destiny's Edge, oh my god, it was funny. They're like, wait a second, you have a son? She had never told them, and yet here we are, we've known for several months now she had a son. And oh my god. The last part of this part was the fight. I loved the fight. It was just amazing to see how it happens and all that stuff, and I was like, why didn't this happen sooner? We didn't have an orb that could keep them away like we did beforehand, and all of that stuff. If you guys recall, in the personal storyline, you had to do a mission in order to steal an orb from the crate that would allow Fort Trinity to go unnoticed by, well, not unnoticed, but to keep the corruption away from Fort Trinity and allow you guys to basically keep your operations there. I suppose Terhern was thinking, we're here only for a short time, we're gonna strike hard, strike fast, and kill it all before we're really noticed. And that didn't really work out too well in the end for us, as we can see by the Pact being assaulted. The next part that I liked about it was the fact that we had to be the ones to light the signal fire to cause the bombardment. I loved the bombardment, by the way, it was amazing. And it was nice to have that be us, but at the same time, I was pretty far away from the torch when it stated, go grab it, and I was like, oh no, I have to run through a mob to get this. Oh no, I'm pure glass. So I basically booked it through the mob, and then booked it back through the mob to light the signal fire in order to call the assault on the assault. And it was just like, okay, yeah, fun. Luckily I managed to do it all in one go, but it was just funny to see that, and yeah. Anyways,
Come on.
I did also like the fact that Tahern thanked us for being the ones to do that. It was nice, and I get the fact that why we had to do that is we're supposed to be the hero of the moment. We're always supposed to be the hero of the moment. We're the main character of the storyline, after all. Anyways, the last mission was the Mystery Cave. This time I wasn't so lucky with the script tunnels. I had to wait on them and wait on them and wait on them. Actually, most of my record time for this was probably me waiting on the script tunnels. I didn't know what opened them, for one, so I was just standing there waiting. I actually logged in and logged out to see if I could trick it into giving me another instance that they were opened on, and it didn't work. I logged right back into the same instance. So it was just like, okay, I'm on the same map. Shoot, I guess I'm gonna be standing here waiting. So yeah, I waited quite some time for those script tunnels to open, and I felt so lucky that the last time I didn't have to wait on them, and this time I did. So I now have a new appreciation for those script tunnels. I loved the animation going into the cave. It was simply gorgeous, and I loved the cave in and of itself. It was a very beautifully done cave. It also is nice that I got a new computer, so I'm seeing all of this on the highest possible graphics setting. So yeah. Anyways, the next part I wasn't really shocked about, and that was when Wynn makes me think of Dragon Age. Her name makes me think of Dragon Age. Anyways, that was when Wynn states, "We belong to the jungle dragon," and I was just like, okay, I knew this was coming. It was a little bit obvious because we're plant people. But no! 5 of my tunes are Sylvari! No! I was... yeah, I was just like, oh, man, really? And it's gonna be fun to see the reaction that my friends are gonna have upon learning that I'm apparently a servant of Mordremoth. Yeah, okay, don't kill me, please. I like living. I like breathing. Don't kill me. Okay, next, I know that I had, like, no connection to Wynn. This Wynn, not the Dragon Age Wynn. Anyways, I had no connection to this Wynn, and, yet the scene of her death was so touching, because we have a connection with Kate, especially if you played Sylvari. You know Kate very well, and if you've read the Destiny Edge book, you know that she, you have an even deeper connection because you know her even better at that point. And her reaction to having to kill Wynn, it was just heartbreaking that she had to do that. And the way that they did the scene animations was so beautiful, and it was just amazing. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. The next part was what I didn't like that much, and it was probably because I was fumbling so much with it, and all of it, and yeah. Anyways, I struggled quite a bit with getting the dragon killed and getting the ring done. That darn ring. I cannot tell you how long, 1, it took me to figure out how to get the ring, and then 2, how long it took me to even just kill the dragon. I kept dying, running in, dying, running in, dying, running in. And I think that was just me having a lack of awareness that certain things would kill me, and certain things wouldn't kill me, and 2, being pure glass. I'm in all Zerker armor. My greatsword Zerker, my everything is Zerker. I just wear Zerker, and yeah, it was fun to do. I admit it was very fun to do. My armor probably wasn't too happy with me, but it was It was fun. Yeah. The ending was interesting. I found it funny that we actually had to use our finisher on the dragon. It's like, wait, what is going on? Why do I have to go run up to that big thing that I just killed? Oh, I have to use my finisher on it. Oh, okay. Why do I have to use my finisher on it? I have no idea. But it was nice to have to use my finisher. Anyways, yeah. That's it for Point of No Return. This is my final thoughts over just my final thoughts, and my concerns going into the expansion. I'm very, very, very concerned about what will happen with the Savari. I've already stated that I'm not shocked that the Savari are dragon spawn, but I am concerned about it because more than half of my toons are Savari. I have, I think, 2 Asura, and 1 Char, and 1 Norn. So, yeah. Actually, I have 2 Char, but one's a name holder in case we get a new race, and I just don't want to have someone take my name. I want that name for new race. Yeah. Anyways, practically all my toons are Savari. I love the Savari race, probably because they look so much like elves. I will admit it's probably because of that. And I love their lore. I just love the Mother Tree. I love their beginning storyline. I like Tahern quite a bit. Him and Kaith are probably the major reasons why I went and made Savari. I was like, ooh, Savari, I like you too. I'm gonna go make some now. The first Savari actually came around because of the fact that I wanted to see the way Tahern greets you if you played a Savari and if you actually have met him before. Anyways, it's besides the point. That is my major concern with this one, is the treatment of the Savari. We've seen, now that PAX is over with and all that stuff, we've seen that there are Savari still running around with people that are the players probably, and I want to know how we are gonna end up going through this storyline as Savari, because we have a chance to be corrupted by Mortamoth, and it's probably a pretty big chance. However, we did see, I know it's kind of hard to see this, but in the trailer that was launched at the end of Point of No Return, we actually, if you watch it closely, you will see Tahern is fighting alongside Destiny's Edge. He is not turning on them, he's fighting against his own people. So we do know for a fact Tahern did not turn. Okay. We know for a fact that he is still on our side. We don't know if he's alive or not at this point. I'm actually one of the ones who's hoping he is still alive, and all of that fun stuff. And that could be just because I'm one of the few people who actually likes Tahern's character. Anyways, that's it for this, and I did add my final thoughts to this video because I didn't want to make a video that would end up being just the final thoughts, because there aren't that many final thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. This is Flamewing80, signing out.